So I'm going to be doing this a little differently today. I will be appearing off the screen for the duration of this video, and if you saw the video I just posted, you know why. I won't get into that. So anyway, let me just jump right into it. I'm going to be talking about Jethro Tull, the Zealot Gene. So this is their new album, their first album since their Christmas album in 2003. Something I've been anticipating for a long time now. Since 2003, Jethro Tull has not released any albums under that name, but there have been a few solo albums by Ian Anderson. Actually, there was a sequel to Thick as a Brick from 1972, which I didn't know about. And there was also like an orchestral album of Jethro Tull songs. But this is actually the first proper studio album from the band name. You know, if you don't consider the Christmas album, it's actually the first of new material since 1999 when they released jtull.com. That was a pre-Y2K album, and the band kind of wanted to show, you know, they had the new website. So this band is a completely new lineup. Not necessarily newcomers to the band. They have been recording and touring with Ian Anderson for some time now. This album was conceived in 2017, but the release process was delayed by the COVID lockdowns. The 12 songs on the album follow a common theme of human condition and emotions. This is not a full-fledged concept album, but it just has that recurring theme. The album has a sound going back to their 70s period. You also hear some hints of some of their other periods as well. We got some hard rock guitar riffs, acoustic guitars, we have wind instruments, we have the signature sound of Ian Anderson's flute. When you hear a song, you immediately tell that it is Jethro Tull. So the first song is called Mrs. Tibbets. You can immediately hear the flute letting you know that this is a Tull album. The sound has some keyboards that remind me of like the early 80s period. You hear some electric guitar riffs. The song is a mid-paced rocker. It starts the album with some nice energy. The guitar solo has a slight hard rock edge and kind of like a neoclassical edge as well. Ian Anderson delivers a smooth vocal performance, and the song has lots of instrumentation and variety. Next is Jacob's Tales. This one's a little different. It reminded me of like 90s Blues Traveler with a harmonica. But it is a blues rock song mixed with the band's signature folk style. It's a short song, a little over 2 minutes. Next is Mine is the Mountain. The song is laid back. It has a tone that reminded me of like their late 70s period. It has kind of a slower pace. Also some backing vocals in the mix. Flute is very present in the song. It adds lots of melody along with the different instruments. The song also has some quieter parts that go along with the flute sound. After that is the title track. It has a cool animated music video. The song has a harder rock sound. Reminded me a little of something like from like Minstrel of the Gallery album. I like the guitar in the song a lot, and reminds me of some of Martin Barr's playing. Next is Shoshanna Sleeping. This was the lead single. Has a very folk rock sound, and the flute riff is very memorable. The music video is also very well done. Has black and white filmmaking and use of various masked figures. Next is Sad City Sisters. This is another one of those folky songs from the Wood era, kind of like that kind of vibe to it. It does have a music video for this as well. There's a nice medieval style rhythm to it. Barren, Beth, Wild Desert John. That's a cool song. It has a folky style with a fairly heavy guitar riff. This one brings back that like Aqualung days, and it even has like a rock guitar solo. The Betrayal of Kynde or Kynde reminded me a little of their like progressive era. Kind of has a jazzy piano guitar sound. Where Did Saturday Go? It's a soft acoustic rock song. Another one that reminded me of their early 70s period. The sound of the acoustic strumming and the flute kind of created a nice relaxing atmosphere. After that is 3 Loves 3. This is another folky song that has a nice melody and a slow pace. After that, In Brief Visitation. This song continues with a folky acoustic sound. You know, the song has a nice guitar tone with some underlying electric leads. The final song is called The Fisherman of Epheses. The song reminded me of, again, songs from the Wood. I've kind of been dropping that album a lot. And it does have that folk rock sound and some storytelling lyrics. It is a cool song. Nice way to close the album. So in conclusion, I really enjoyed this album. It's a band I have listened to since I was a young child, you know, with the Aqualung album. You know, that was actually one of my first rock albums ever, and I've really been a fan ever since. Now, mostly I have been mostly listening to their early stuff, but I have recently been listening to their entire discography, and I will be doing a ranking video, somewhere down the line. But anyway, it does have a nice production value. You can hear the instruments very well. The flute is very present throughout the songs. There's a really nice mix of the electric and the acoustic guitars. They add into the other instruments at times, and they do keep things interesting. Ian Anderson sounds as good as ever. He can't really like belt out like he did in the early '70s with those harder songs like Aqualung, but his voice has really aged very well, and I think is very impressive. Given that this is a band that has been around for 55 years, so there are not many bands that can say that. So all in all, Jethro Tull, they're back. If you're a fan, check out this album. My score is going to be a 9 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this album. So that's all. I am going to be doing the new album by Praying Mantis next. A couple anniversaries. I talked about that in my previous video. My next couple of videos probably will be this format. And anyway, thanks for watching. So please remember, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the other videos. I did some other videos in the past. And anyway, see you all in the next one.